Think by the doctor. Yes, he's got it. Here he comes. Way rock the baby to sleep until morning.
Ewing. Oh, wow. Oh, he's going to try and get one more shot off the half court. The buzzer.
How about that?
Steps over Toronto. He thought about three. He'll put up a three.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Boom Broadcasting presents Three from Deep. I'm your host, Jason Colenso. Welcome to the show. Thank you all for joining me here. Happy Wednesday. Last day here in April, jumping into May pretty soon. Yes, the weather is warming up, and man, so are these NBA playoffs, guys. We are in the midst of some great playoff series. Man, I am super excited. Super excited for the show here. Thank you all very much for joining me. And again, if you haven't seen me before, you can go back, jump on Boom Broadcasting. You can look at some old episodes and check me out. You know, some of the different episodes I've done here. So jump on. It's free, guys. Go into the Boom Broadcasting vaults, look at some of our older episodes, and guys, check out some of the other content providers. We got a lot of great content here on Boom Broadcasting, and it doesn't cost a thing. You got to love that right now. So check us out. Check me out. Boom Broadcasting, Three from Deep. You can't beat it, guys. Best value you're going to find out there. So with all that being said, man, let us jump into here in some NBA playoffs, guys. Well, we had a series clincher the other night, Monday. Man, Cleveland rocks. Woo! I think they're still scoring points right now in Cleveland. That was an embarrassing loss by the Miami Heat. The Grizzlies the other day, you know, they went up against OKC, and they just couldn't get it done, but they at least made it a game. They showed up, showed some heart, lost Ja. They at least came to play. But man, the Heat, you might as well have just forfeited the game. It was a terrible loss. 138-83, 55 points. I do want to call out Tyler Hero. You're supposed to be the face of this franchise, the young up-and-coming stud star, whatever you want to call it. Excuse me. You only had 4 points. You're getting eliminated. You're going against the number one team. You're going against one of the best teams in the NBA right now. Look, I get it. 10th seed. You kind of shouldn't have been there, but you know, you still got there anyways. At least show up. At least show out. 4 points. Tyler Hero. All the times the Heat could have traded you away because you were the future of this franchise. 4 points in an elimination game when you could have showed up a little bit. But man, you know, those Cleveland Cavaliers, just top to bottom. Mobley 17-7, Allen 14-12. D. Mitch had 22 points. Garland didn't play, and sending in Ty Jerome, who's getting to be one of my favorite guys during these playoffs. Man, he is a spark plug when he comes in there, drops 18 points. And that's one of the things that, again, I love about the playoffs is you get a lot of these kind of lesser known players to the masses all of a sudden start making names for themselves. So someone like a Ty Jerome really showing up here in the playoffs, making a name for himself. And that's going to help come contract time. So these are important, man. All these games are important. And again, Tyler Hero, very, very disappointed in the way you performed. Coach Spo, that was a tough one, man. I'll let it slide with you because you have been to the promised land. You have led these Heat to places they shouldn't have been. But, man, your players failed you on Monday night, and that was just an ugly, ugly game. You shouldn't even gone out there. Do want to send some love to Kevin Love. That was a really deep game for him. Kevin Love had lost his father right before the game or earlier, and was visibly upset and was being consoled. So a lot of people showing Kevin Love some love. So we're going to show Kevin Love a little love here. My condolences. That's definitely something. Unfortunately, we all have to deal with at some point in time. We hope we don't have to do it until later, but nevertheless, it always comes. So much love to Kevin Love, finishing up his basketball career here towards the end, but definitely did not deserve that game on Monday night. So again, Cleveland. Who is Cleveland going to get to play? Well, man, you talk about a team not giving up on itself. But that Pacers Bucks game on Tuesday night was a heck of a game. 118-119 in overtime. Pacers eked it out in overtime. I don't know how they got it. They were down 6 points. Unfortunately, Gary Trent Jr., who has been awesome these playoffs, who was awesome tonight or on Tuesday night with 33 and 5, had a couple of crucial turnovers to let the Pacers back into it. They ended up taking it to overtime, and Tyrese, Haliburton, 26, 5 and 9, but two very important points at the end of the game with like 0.1 seconds left. So Haliburton scoring the final 2 points to give the Pacers the victory. Miles Turner, 21 points. It was a heck of a game, back and forth. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Oh, these are the kind of games that I hate when a team ruins a magnificent performance. 30, 20, and 13. A hell of a triple-double from Giannis, still showing he is one of the best basketball players in the world, and a couple of bad plays just ended up ruining that. That stinks so bad for him to end his season like this. But Pacers go on to win that series. They had a lot of uphill battling going on there in Milwaukee. Nothing bigger than the hit they took the other night when they found out that old Dame Time blew his Achilles and is going to be out for an extended period of time. It's looking like this is going to even be beyond next year because of how late in the season that this happened. So we probably will not even see Dame next year. I mean, so you're looking at the 27-28 season, possibly by time he comes back. So that's a huge hit for Milwaukee to take. But you know what? They showed up. They gave everything they had. Giannis everything he had. That whole team did. So shout out to the Bucks for at least taking it to overtime. Pacers are a really tough team, man. They are a lot of fun to watch. They are a track meet, man. They run up and down the court. And I think they're going to have, and one of the best matchups is going to be Cleveland against the Pacers. So Pacers winning that series, Cleveland winning their series, they're going to face each other. So if there's any team I think that could hang with the Cleveland Cavaliers, it is going to be those Indiana Pacers. Indiana, very tall, very fast, plays good defense, plays around the rim, rebounds. So a lot of the same things that the Cleveland Cavaliers do, those Indiana Pacers do. And if there's anybody I think that Cleveland's going to really be on upset alert, it's going to be these Pacers, man. So that's going to be a great series. We'll kind of dive into that before that starts. But man, that's going to be one heck of a show. Is going to be Cleveland versus the Pacers. But Pacers, heck of a win there, coming back down 6 with only a few seconds left to end up turning around and coming back. A la Reggie Miller. Break my heart as a New York Knick that these Pacers know how to come back from deficits. But a heck of a game from Haliburton showing up and taking his team to the next series, on to the next. So Cleveland Pacers coming up. That's going to be a hell of a series, guys. It really, really is. Man, Warriors, come out and play. Man, the Warriors are showing me up now. Guys, I had picked this Houston Rocket squad. I love the way they're constructed. Amen Thompson, Jalen Green, two studs, stars on the rise. I thought, Golden State being a little long in the tooth. Steph Curry, 37. Draymond Green, not a huge score. Still an impact player, but more off the stat sheet than on the stat sheet. Jimmy Butler, a.k.a. Playoff Jimmy. Excuse me. Getting a little older, too. But, man, this Warriors team does not quit, has been playing really good basketball, and I'm a little disappointed in the Rockets. We'll get to the Rockets here in a second. Warriors now up 3-1 on the Rockets. Buddy Hield showing up with 17 important points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Jimmy Buckets. This is why Golden State Warriors traded to get Jimmy Butler, is they wanted him especially for the playoffs. 27, 5, and 6. But all over the court, his energy. This is why they wanted him. Podziemski showing up. They needed somebody else. Podziemski showing up, 26, 5, and 5. Heck of a outing for him. Steph Curry, a pedestrian evening. 17 points. 3 rebounds, 3 assists. 2 for 8 for 3-pointers, which is un-Steph Curry-like. 6 of 13 from the field. Excuse me. But Golden State's experience, Draymond Green's tenacity, of course, him and Brooks kind of getting it on. We knew that was going to happen. This is, I think, going to come to a head pretty soon here because they keep bumping, and then Jimmy Butler throwing his 2 cents in, like he doesn't really like Dylan Brooks. So this may end up being a little bit of a oomph towards the end of this series here. But the Houston Rockets, guys, Amen 17 points, Brooks 11 points, Alfred Sengun, all-star, again, ruined another great performance. 31 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. Awesome performance from him. But Jalen Green calling you out. 8 points. 8 stinking points. This is the playoffs. You are supposed to be kind of the alpha dog leader of that team. The game you won in this series, you dropped 38. Every other game you've had under 10 points, you have lost. There's a connection there, guys. But Jalen Green, super disappointed. I had you Rockets, man. And again, I know you guys are young, going against a veteran squad. You played well in the West, second place in the West all year. Excuse me. Proving that you deserve to be there. Excuse me. This cough, I can't get rid of this stupid cough. If you guys haven't watched some of my other shows, I'm just getting over a little cough here, / whatever. Everything's floating around out there. Allergies. Got a little beverage to kind of help that out. But Jalen Green, I don't know. Houston may have to move on and use you as like trade bait to get somebody. Because if this is what you're going to do in the playoffs, that's not going to help this team. You guys are right there. So Golden State's experience and playoff tenacity has outshone the youthful exuberance of this Rockets team. It's not over yet. I still have the Rockets in this series. I think they can turn it around, but it's only going to turn around if Jalen Green turns it on. Challenges himself to be aggressive and go out there and score the basketball. 8 points ain't going to cut it, Jalen. You're supposed to be that dude on the team. You're supposed to be starting to become a superstar in this league. 8 points ain't going to do it. Not going to happen. But we'll talk about that next game here. So we'll see if the Rockets can stay alive. And man, I tell you what, if Golden State can get past the Rockets and Jimmy Butler's playing this way and Steph Curry can turn it on, man, watch out for Golden State. You know, everybody kind of had them, I'm going to say for dead, but, you know, they had the, you know, Golden State Warriors dynasty was over, but they ain't dead yet. And they're still kicking. So we'll see. Golden State can finish it off next game. I'm going to take a quick timeout, guys. Again, my throat's been bothering me a little bit, so I'm dealing with this stuff. Again, appreciate you being here. If you haven't jumped on Boom Broadcasting, this is your first time, check us out, man. Like and subscribe. A lot of great content. A lot of past shows, too. Don't be afraid to jump in and look at some former shows. There's a ton of stuff on here. We do baseball. We do basketball. We do hockey. We do wrestling. Tons of great wrestling. Mouthing off with Mike. My man, Michael Davis, having his show. I got Sean Lucas does his show, WOD. And he also has a great show, Sean, called It Stinks. He talks a lot about TV shows, reality stuff, which is pretty cool. And that had me thinking here, just in this quick timeout here. Guys, I want to know what you're watching out there. I got a couple of shows I want to talk about that I've been having a lot of fun with and really enjoyed watching. We got that season 2 of Andor that just dropped, man. I've been enjoying the heck out of that. Disney, when they got Star Wars, you know, and started doing some of these series, I got a little nervous. I'm like, man, they're going to really milk this and water it down, and it's going to be kind of crappy, and they're going to ruin Star Wars. But they've been doing pretty good so far. And Andor, I'm kind of enjoying this. It's a little different. If you haven't checked it out, there in season 2 now. Go back, look at season 1, guys. Disney Plus, you can go back and look at the season 1, and then get into season 2. But Cassian Andor, part of the rebellion against the Galactic Empire. This is kind of the story before Rogue One. If you haven't seen Rogue One yet, this kind of leads up into that. Rebel spy. So a lot of cloak and dagger stuff, which I think is cool. But the thing that I'm really enjoying is the daily life behind the Galactic Empire. Some of that stuff and those interactions have been interesting and comical, the way they have been portraying how the Empire has been taking over and just kind of nonchalantly takes over resources and takes over planets and like, oh, we need, materials. Oh, we need steel. We need clothing, and we're going to take this over. Oh, you're in charge of this. And you kind of see the daily life and of people that work for the Galactic Empire. It's just interesting to me how they've really kind of dug into that. It's not as exciting as kind of the shooting and the explosions and some of that interaction stuff, but definitely a great show to give you some of that backstory, to kind of really fill in some of the questions that you would have, like, how these things came about. How did the Galactic Empire get control, and how do they build all these ships, and how do they recruit and get all these people? So I'm enjoying it. I'm loving Andor season 2. If you guys haven't seen it, you got to check it out. It's been a lot of fun. It is a great show. The other one that I've been just phenomenal, off the floor, going crazy about is the Daredevil Born Again, man. I love the Daredevil series, the original one that was on Netflix. Then it got kind of canned. Now they've brought it back. Matt Murdock back here, Kingpin back, Wilson Fisk as the mayor of New York. You've had Bullseye on there. We've had Muse. We've had some great villains in the Daredevil series. And then you also have Frank Castle coming back as the Punisher, which he does a great job. John Bethard does an awesome job as Frank Castle, the Punisher. And this is leading into the Punisher is going to come back too, because they also had a show on Netflix and then stopped. And now I think they're going to come back with something else, kind of piggybacking off this Daredevil Born Again. But if you guys haven't seen it, it's great writing. It's a lot of great stories. It's action packed. It's definitely violent and un-Disney like, which I was a little nervous about when I saw Disney was coming back out with Daredevil. I thought, well, they're going to water this down, because those original ones, especially Daredevil and Punisher, the original ones from Netflix, were very dark, very violent, and did not mess around. I'm like, man, if they kind of pull punches on this one, it's not going to be the same vibe. They definitely have not pulled punches on this show. So you guys have to check it out. It is one of my favorite series. So Disney Plus doing some great series. I'm a huge comic book fantasy, all that kind of stuff, man. I nerd, whatever you want to call it. Have a lot of fun with those. I enjoy watching them and enjoy watching them with the family too. But let me know what you guys are vibing on, man. I want to know what other things out there are people watching. What are you binge watching? What are you guys excited for coming out here with new series? And again, if you haven't checked out It Stinks by my man Sean, he does a phenomenal job. He talks about shows that have been canceled. He talks about new shows. I mean, he does a great job. So you got to check that out. Again, Boom Broadcasting. Like and subscribe. It doesn't cost anything, guys. You can go back into the vault and look at all these past shows. You will not be disappointed. Great content providers going on out there. So, I don't want to jump into this next game because it's actually kind of makes me a little angry, and I promised myself I was not going to get angry tonight. But the Knicks Pistons on Tuesday, Knicks with a chance to end the series in New York, the Garden, probably one of the best places to play basketball. You talk about the electricity in the air. I can feel it through the TV. That's how jumping the Madison Square Gardens gets during the NBA playoffs, man. It has been a lot of fun. And this series has been awesome. Very physical, very 80s, 90s, just knocked down. Refs are holding the whistles. Again, we had that little controversy at the end of the last game, but Pistons end up taking this game, just pulled away at the end, just a little too much for the Knicks. So now it's 3-2. So Pistons still alive, going back to Detroit. Bridges, 17 points. OG Anunoby, who has really shown up in the playoffs, and I'm very, very impressed with him. 19-8. Karl Anthony Towns. Oh, you showed up in the last game, but 17-11. That's not going to do it. And in foul trouble, had 5 fouls late, had to sit out for a long period of time. So in foul trouble, you're under 20 points. That to me is not just going to cut it. 2 for 4 from 3. He shot towards the end of the game when they were in it. He shot this 3-pointer from damn near 82nd Street. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking, shooting up them deep threes, dude. Get down low, body him up. Get in the paint, do an and one. They did not. Brunson, only 16 points, 3 rebounds, 7 assists. He looks hobbled out there. I know last game he had an injury, had to go back to the locker room. They taped him up, duct tape, shot him up, sent him back out there. He ended up finishing strong in a win. But on Tuesday night, he looks hurt. And there was a point at the end of the game where you can kind of see he tweaked his ankle again. And that thing's got to be killing him because he missed a whole month plus with that injury. He just does not look right, especially only dropping 16 points. We really needed some more guys to step up. This was a tough loss, but big ups to Detroit, man. Going from the last place team in the NBA last year to just really having a great playoff run right now. I know it's 3-2 in the series, but Detroit's been showing up, man. Cade Cunningham, so impressed with the way you're playing. 22.7 rebounds, just going up and down the court, being very, very aggressive. Sometimes I think a little over aggressive because, when you have that number one draft pick moniker, right over your head, you feel like you kind of need to press and do a lot. And he's been trying, but I think he's been doing a little too much. But still having a phenomenal series right now. Tobias Harris, 17 points, 8 rebounds. Asher Thompson showing up, 22 points, 7 rebounds. So Detroit has really showed up, has been phenomenal. Definitely deserved to win that game. The Knicks had it right there. We were tied. A lot of back and forth, and then just kind of cooled off and couldn't get the ball in the hoop. Made a lot of mistakes. Very disappointed. Of course, as a Knicks fan, I wanted them to end the series because I really think because this is such a physical series, Jalen Brunson needs time to heal. So going to Detroit, where that stadium, that arena is going to be rocking Detroit Rock City. So Knicks, this is going to be a rough one. I hope you can pull out the victory in Detroit to give Jalen Brunson a little extra time to heal, but it's going to be tough. And I can see Detroit pushing this to a 7-game series. So we'll see what happens there. We'll talk about that the next show. But come on, Knicks. Stop falling in love with the 3. Do what you've been doing. Body them up. Get down low. Get the foul. Get them in foul trouble. You guys should not be in foul trouble. Very disappointed. Stop being in love with the 3 and just chucking it up. Karl Anthony Towns, you should not be playing outside. Get down. Play basketball, guys. Stop playing video game basketball. This is not that kind of series. This is a physical series. So I'm loving it, enjoying it. A lot of reminiscing with it, too. Let's go Knicks, man. We still got a game to play. We'll do a quick congratulations here. They've handed out another award. Stephen Castle winning Rookie of the Year. That's back-to-back Rookie of the Years for the Spurs. Following in the footsteps of some great Spurs who have won Rookie of the Year. 89-90, David Robinson winning. Tim Duncan, 97-98, winning Rookie of the Year. And then, of course, last year, Wemby winning Rookie of the Year. So now you got Stephen Castle. Dude, he had a phenomenal season, averaged 14 points a game, almost 4 rebounds a game, 4 assists a game. That Spurs team, if they can stay healthy, they are going to be dangerous next year. Wembanyama, Castle, you got De'Aaron Fox. I'm sure they're going to add some other help on there. I'm curious to see what those Spurs are going to do in the offseason. I think a lot of this has to do with what happens in the coaching position. I hope Pop gets healthy, but I don't know if he's going to be back next year. We may be seeing somebody new in San Antonio, but congratulations, give shout out here. These playoffs are a lot of fun, guys, and I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you joining me. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, drop me a comment, man. I want to know what you guys are thinking of these playoffs. Do you still have a dog in the race? I still got my Knicks. Knicks are still right there in the race, but it's going to be tough to get through the East, and even tougher to get through the West. Man, I'm so excited for that Cleveland Pacers series. I think that's going to really test Cleveland. So we'll see if this 60-win season and being kind of a deep team, if they can handle those Pacers. So, guys, thank you very much for joining me. I will be back on Saturday, 12 p.m. Again, this is Jason Colenso. This is 3 from Deep, 3 times a week on the Boom Broadcasting Network here, YouTube channel. Like and subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Peace.